Hello and welcome back to F1 Manager 22. I was too tired to do this in the previous video, and but yeah. Anyway, don't expect much. We will be at the back, and no two ways about it. We be lucky if we can keep up with the Aston Martins.
Welcome to the archipelago of Formula One. Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands. Either way, it's time for another fantastic weekend of Grand Prix racing.
In fact,
The Bahrain International Circuit is a challenging track, and the cars routinely have to brake from high gear to low to take the narrow turns. With the need for downhill braking, the risk of locking up is one drivers will need to manage. It's all about focus and balance to get victory here. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
you can tell that he was reading from a script there.
Great to see you again. Welcome to your first race weekend with the team. It's Friday, so we're kicking off with free practice one as usual.
Anyway, as I was going to say before we move on, we'll be fighting with the Aston Martins if we can keep up with them. Otherwise, it'll be an in-house battle to the line, and that means that we'll be fighting for anything up to P18. Otherwise, it'll be P19 and 20 that we'll be fighting over. Vettel will probably be a little bit further up the road than Stroll, by maybe a place or two, give or take. Unless we get lucky, you never know. Yep.
Over here is our race preparation area. This is where you can make any changes you need ahead of the upcoming practice session.
Okay.
Rest assured the team have already prepared the cars for practice. When you're ready, we can continue to the practice session.
We can continue to the practice session. Guess what comes next? Yeah, you'll see. We can continue to the practice session. Take that into note.
During race weekends, you can decide whether you want to manage the practice sessions yourself or whether to hand over control to your team. As it's your first race weekend, you should let the team handle the practice sessions.
So we don't even get to go. We want to do, we can't. We have to skip to qualifying. So, yeah. Now, in practice, you get roughly 2 runs per session. Those of you who've played the other F1 manager that came out a few years ago, Racing Manager, whatever it was called, I can't remember now. I do have it, but you got quite a few. You'd send your drivers out, and within a lap or two, you'd have feedback, and you'd pit them, change their setup, send them back out. Not in this one. You're looking at 15 plus laps before you get any feedback. So yeah, and they have to get accustomed to their setup as well, or their car and the track while working on a setup. So, there is that.
Welcome back to what is proving to be an exciting weekend of Formula One action, with practice having finished and qualifying set to follow.
Yeah, the purchase that we missed.
Excitement is really picking up here today, the anticipation continuing to grow within the paddock. With free practice now over, drivers will have to know this circuit inside and out if they're to gain a strong position on the grid. 20 cars take to the track, all with aspirations of taking pole. So here we are, ready to resume.
Shall we? Verstappen on pole, or fastest in practice even. And yep, as expected. Let's see if he went to Haas. did we know that one already? Because if we didn't, that's funny. And I bet he'll drive better in Haas than he did for Williams. You watch. And Vessel there. Albon was already in Williams' team, wasn't he? So, yeah, okay.
To help maximize our drivers' performance, the team have them work on 3 goals during practice: track acclimatization, car parts knowledge, and setup confidence.
So, yeah. Car part knowledge is really easy to get, but track acclimatization, that one, you'll be working on that one throughout all of the practice. If you're lucky and you get your setup pretty much within 85+% by practice 2, then your third practice session is just acclimatizing your drivers to the track, getting that knowledge right up there. But as you can see, they didn't do so well with their setup.
If you manage the session yourself, you might get an even better performance from the drivers for the rest of the weekend.
So if you manage them yourself, then you get these bonuses. Control is increased accuracy, cornering, braking, and reactions. Okay.
Right, time for qualifying. Our results here will determine where we start on the grid for Sunday's race. Qualifying takes place over 3 knockout rounds, and only the fastest drivers will advance each time.
Yep, we're going to skip that one as well. So we can, believe it or not, adjust the setup before we go in. So this one is really bad. These sliders, they all have different preferences, and we can revert back. So it's all good, as you can see. This one will affect braking and cornering only. This one will affect all 4 of them: traction, cornering, braking, and oversteer. This one, again, the same 4. This one will affect straights and everything else, and this one is the same. So let's revert that back. Right, so we want to get you down. We don't want to take What do you think? Or there. Problem is that one was great when it was over there. But we'll go with that and we'll see what happens, I think. You know, we'll go with see? We'll go with that. And we'll see how that goes for you. As for you, okay. These are only good I'm leaning more towards this personally. Extraction a bit. Go with that, maybe. Go with that, I think. The worst that can happen, we can't revert back once we've locked these in.
Same as practice, the team can handle qualifying for you if you like. Let's get you hands-on for this round though, just to make sure you're feeling confident before race day kicks off.
Hands-on. You didn't think that we should have done that for practice as well? You know, skip the first one, yeah. First practice session and then like do the others after round 2 and 3 of practice. Maybe that would have been a better approach than having us skip the whole practice. Yep, we will do this.
Our drivers need to be setting their fastest possible lap times, so we can advance to the next round of qualifying. The slowest 5 cars will be knocked out.
Yeah, which will be us, by the way, so we won't be attending Q2 and 3. Well, we will, but not actually in it. We'll be like, you know, chilling.
Keep a careful eye on time remaining. The time limit on qualifying rounds really ramps up the pressure. Right then, let's get a car out on the track for its first run and see how it goes.
So apparently Park Ferme after practice doesn't take place until qualifying. Weirdly. Right, you can go. Give you a chance to get out. Yeah, we don't get you up. Here goes Mick Schumacher. And we'll send you now. And we can ride on board with Mick. Fine. But I wouldn't recommend it while he's doing his outlap because they you know, jerk the car around quite a bit. And we can go, unfortunately.
Each car is fitted with a number of onboard cameras, so you can see the action as it happens.
Kind of just done there.
You can also use the map view if you like. It gives you a good overview of the whole track and all the cars.
We're kind of in map view.
Remember you're managing 2 drivers throughout the session, so make sure to keep an eye on both of them.
Don't worry, he's all good. It's qualifying. So unfortunately, can we switch from this view? We can see where the grip will peak.
From the data view, you can see live data from the current session. Here we can see the latest lap and sector times for all drivers, and an overview of their tyre conditions.
Why did I turn this on? Yeah.
Here you can also view how the current session could affect the drivers' and constructors' championship standings.
I don't think we're going to have much of an impact on it.
There's plenty more to dive into with the data view, so make sure you spend some time exploring.
Not for the first half of the season, I don't think we'll be making much of an impact, if any, on the Constructors' Championship. Most likely every race will be at the back, chasing or trying to chase down 18th place, whoever that will be. Right, let's go on board with you. I can take manual control if I wish. I'm not going to. I'm going to just leave them to do what they want to do. Some of the lines on this can be questionable, but there is a patch due out next week sometime apparently, which will address a few things like tyre compound supposedly having a bigger impact than what it currently does. Tyre wear having a bigger impact than it currently does. Why that wasn't a thing from the get-go, I do not know.
That's a decent time for a flying lap. Keep an eye on the standings throughout the session, and try and keep the drivers out of the knockout zone.
That's a decent time. You do know that that's like 129, about 130 still be pulled. I reckon it'll be about 128, 129. That'll be the fastest lap in the end.
Right then. That qualifying run is done, so the driver will return to the pits now. I know everything happens so fast over a race weekend, but if you need to catch your breath, you can pause for as long as you like. Or, if things aren't moving fast enough for you, you can speed up a little.
Things aren't moving fast enough, moving along fast enough because you keep interrupting. Hold on, let's go to you. Oh, just coming around the final corner, very good. So 133.7, what can Albon do? 133.5. 10th and a half faster than his teammate. Perez, 31. Oh. Did say we wouldn't be anywhere near them. 2 seconds off the pace. 2/10 off the pace is a lifetime in Formula 1. 2 seconds? That's an eternity. But we're not going to chew through our tyres. We're going to accept that we ain't going to be qualifying any higher than 19th and 20th. So we'll just sit in the pits and let the time tick away. Pointless us going out and doing another run. But we can ride on board with other drivers and enjoy from their perspective. And we can also change. Please do not come up with any tutorials. Good. So we can see tire degradation. And for our two drivers, it ended on 89%. Ricardo.
Oops. Copy. Okay, what's the white light and pit limiter on exit? What's the white light and pit limiter on exit?
There we go. We actually have currently out-qualified Ricardo. What? So Ocon is coming up to the
Our
final.
driver is back in the pits. You need to reconfigure the car before we can send them back out. Let's go and take a look. The team will make sure the run plan is updated to include refueling. So all you have to do is fit some fresh tyres. Here you can see all the tyre compounds available this weekend. When making any changes, just be sure you're considering both the condition and the compound of the selected tyre.
Yep. Okay.
We want maximum
really?
performance during qualifying. So let's use a fresh, soft compound tyre. Soft tyres are the fastest in dry conditions. Confirm the configuration with the team when you're happy.
Have you finished? Are you done? Thank you. Wow. Come on, Ocon, let's see what you can do. Even though you're an hour driver, you've got two personal.
Brilliant. The car's ready to head back out at your say-so. It's probably best to do at least one more run before the end of the round, unless you're feeling very confident about our time so far. The track will have more grip later in the round, but there will also be more traffic. It's up to you to decide when you want to send the car out. Whatever gets us through to Q2.
I'm glad that you're optimistic that we can get through to Q2. Sector 3 was the fastest so far. So Gasly. Oh, we missed Vettel going in. No. And Sonoda or Bottas even as per new final sector fastest timing. Gasly's a good driver, by the way. In this game, he's got really good stats. Definitely a driver worth considering grabbing. Guangzhou, let's see what you can do. Or Zwan, however you pronounce your name. Guangzhou, we'll just call you there, for argument's sake. There you go, you just got held up badly. Really bad. Yep. That's one way of making sure that you don't get through to the third round on this particular attempt. Okay, switch over to Norris then, who's in the first sector going into the second sector. And luckily for him, he hasn't got anyone to worry about ahead of him, directly ahead of him anyway. But he's Verstappen out. He's not Hamilton. He is. Russell is as well. And they haven't got. There's Russell on the track over there. To Norris, who's behind. Is that Alonso? Yeah, it is. No. Yeah. So Norris, Latifi. Oh, there goes Verstappen going out now. Hamilton starting his flying lap. Let's watch Hamilton, see what he can do. But we've got Leclerc and Sainz have also started their flying laps. So, who's that one behind? That one's Leclerc. Oh, Sainz has got a really bad. That screwed him up already. So Leclerc on a fastest lap currently. On board with Leclerc. They've got the McLaren ahead of them. Hopefully they don't catch it before the final corner. And they are going to, aren't they? They're going to catch it in the final corner. See, the McLaren should have completely backed out of it to let them both through. Well, that works out perfectly fine for both of them. No, it didn't work out for Leclerc, he backed off. Wow. Why did he back off? I don't get that. That wasn't Leclerc. Huh? That was Leclerc. Signs posted just. Anyway, switch over to Verstappen, who's got Russell ahead of him. Right. No, it's not. That's just screwed this lap up for Verstappen. Obviously, I don't normally do this. I normally go into 16 times and just watch the time tick away. Personally. And to be honest, I tend to skip qualifying because it's pointless me doing it when I'm at the back and not going to be fighting anybody or anything. Till I've got some upgrades on the car that give me the chance to fight for higher positions, starting positions, it's not really worth it. Wow, you didn't even get past, well there again you got held up at the beginning. So yeah, that's understandable. Right, let's go out of here and we will go into 16 times. And Verstappen will get another shot at it if he wants, but I wouldn't even bother. I'd just be like, yeah, that's fine for me. But Verstappen's getting held up again. That's this lap screwed for Verstappen. He doesn't improve. Leclerc doesn't improve. Well, we don't know if they did, but I'm pretty sure they didn't. I was hoping that we'd have out-qualified Latifi. We didn't out-qualify Latifi. Sad. But
It looks like we didn't make it through to Q2. Not great, but it's only the first weekend of the season. Plenty of time to improve.
we won't be getting out of Q3 for quite a few weekends. I thought Leclerc was on pole. Did I miss something? I thought Leclerc was on pole. I'll have to watch that back. But that seemed very weird. Maybe 9 seconds. I was too busy looking at Latifi going, oh, we might out-qualify Latifi.
Drivers are strapping themselves in, ready for race day.
Williams had a good performance in qualifying. Now they'll be eager to demonstrate that they can have an even better race. Aston Martin were on target for qualifying. Now it's up to them to defy expectations for the race itself. The sky tonight is mostly clear, with only a few clouds. Nothing to worry about for now, but let's see how the situation unfolds.
And there's going to be a lot for the teams to handle. So will the drivers and their cars be able to cope with the pressure? Let's find out right here at the Bahrain Grand Prix.
I skipped them as well.
Time for the main event, the Bahrain Grand Prix. This is a great time for us to get some early points under our belt. So let's stay focused and push hard.
Points. Unless, you know, you're going to give award points for the people crossing the line last, being the first to cross the line last. Then, yeah.
Each driver will need to make at least one pit stop to fit new tyres. On average, a pit stop will cost a driver about 25 seconds. So we need to think carefully about when to pit and why.
Yeah, I completely understand all of that as well.
Let's set a tyre strategy for our drivers now. We need to make sure we have a good plan for when we want the cars to pit.
Can we turn her off?
Every race weekend, the team will prepare some recommended strategies to choose from. Let's see what they suggest for this race. Okay, strategy A is a fast but risky option, relying on 2 soft stints and no hard compound at all. Strategy B is a well-balanced option, 2 soft stints and a nice long middle stint on a hard compound. Right, strategy C is a slower but safe option for this track. We'll tackle the final stint on a medium compound instead of a soft tyre. If you think a different approach could work, you can make changes to any of the team strategies or even create one from scratch. We can always adapt our strategy during the race, so we can respond quickly to changing conditions and stay ahead of the pack.
Okay. I'm glad you got that out of the way. So how's that?
Right. Strategy A it is. This is going to need careful management to pull off, so keep a close eye on things. Okay, now to select a strategy for our other driver. It doesn't have to be the same for both.
I wasn't even selecting it, I was comparing to see where we would be if we went with that one. Why? We'll edit that one and have you like that. Update that strategy.
You should consider picking a different strategy for each driver. This gives us a chance to take advantage of in-race events and means we won't have both cars pitting on the same lap.
I'm not. What? I haven't even picked his strategy yet. Jeez.
That's both drivers with a set strategy in place. Right, let's head back to the preparation area and get this race started.
Be quiet a minute. To edit this one as well, and we're going to say you will go on softs there and or mediums there and softs there. We'll drag that one out. Drag that one out, which means that you can push there. You can push them tires. Can you push them? You can push them as well. Awesome. There's your strategy. Right, we'll go back to you a minute. Can we get you to push your tires, or will they die before you pit? Ain't looking too good, is it? That ain't gonna work at all. We went medium for your final run. Then we could do that. Right. And we did get their confidence up on their setups as well. Not bad. Excellent. Right. There we go.
With the skies mostly clear, tonight's race shouldn't hold any unpleasant surprises. Here we have Alexander Albon. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And it's Schumacher as the second driver today. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. The race start is mere seconds away. Here we go with the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go.
So if you want a game that you can just sit back and relax to, here you go. Because right now, you ain't gonna be doing much.
Managing pace will help you manage a car's tyre temperature and wear. Keep an eye on the tyre condition of both cars. Over time, tyre condition will fall, reducing their grip and performance, eventually leading to tyre failures and car retirement.
So heads down, focus.
Yeah. If you've got any pace left, it'll be good now. Yep, copy.
Don't make Schumacher's behind Albon. Now, you can watch the whole of this race from here, but you'll find yourself pretty much doing this most of the race, just going on time 16 and chilling. I have seen a few people who actually watch the whole of the race like this, switching between drivers. Interesting, but yeah. And when the AI spin, well, when any of the cars spin, it tends to be equally interesting. This is what I don't get is Leclerc's pulled out to overtake Verstappen, and instead of pulling further over after Verstappen blocked him, he just stayed there. Maybe that'll get fixed in the update, and then we wouldn't have so much of a what can end up being quite a long DRS train. But I'm staying with Stroll, which is good. Let's see what tyres everybody went with. Yeah. That might be a problem. Right, Albon, we're going to go, don't fight your teammate, because yeah, he's on a different stretch to you. Get that out of the way now, and that ain't good. It's put him out of DRS range of his teammate as well. He's just about holding on to DRS for Stroll.
Use DRS.
Competitor locked up. Okay. Don't know what Albon was doing there. DRS is disabled. We got a safety car.
There's been contact and several cars involved. Let's
Really?
take a closer look. Now let's look at this. Here's George Russell.
He's gonna lock up. No, he got smashed by the fucking Alpine.
Oh no! And there's the crash.
What?
Mark my words, there'll be questions asked about that later. And that was a bitter blow for the team. And it may have really hurt their overall chances.
So Hamilton is there. Russell is out. Okay. And it was Alonso of all the people. I was expecting that to be Ocon. Safety car. Okay.
Fuel commands allow drivers to manage their car's fuel consumption.
God. Yes.
Just keep an eye on your remaining fuel.
Enough. I'm done with listening to you. Wow. You want to do it for that one as well?
If a driver needs an additional...
Yeah. Got it.
There are harvest will prioritise...
Yeah.
We want to leave court, please.
Copy.
So Alonso got away with it. because he'll pit new wing. I wonder if he'll come out with.
Okay, back off. Understood.
I wonder if he'll come out with a new set of tyres. He shouldn't do. He should stay on them.
You can afford to drop back.
He should theoretically stay on them tyres and just change his wing and then come straight back out. We'll stay with Alonso and see what happens at his pit stop. But don't expect anybody to pit personally, apart from obviously Alonso. Don't know why you're warming them tyres up for Alonso. You're going to be diving into the pits. Still cool down. But one Mercedes out. And he's got a penalty to serve. You don't see the wing get changed, unfortunately. There you go. It just magically changes. You know. Unfortunately, there's no animation for the mechanics scrambling to get the front wing off and the new front wing on, and the other guys on either side of the car holding it up, because obviously they don't have a front wing to run the front jack under. Well, he's got a bit of catching up to do, hasn't he? And they changed his tyres, didn't they? Why did they change it from hard to hard? You only have one set of hard tyres. Don't get that one. I'm sure you only get
During the
one.
race, you can use the strategy. You can also...
Yeah, go away. Okay, you do get two sets. Interesting. Okay. Do you give us anything for that? No, you don't. Good. Anything else I can click on? Excellent. We go in 16.
As the race progresses, remember to keep an eye on the planned strategy you put in place before the race. The strategy view will let you check your strategy, adjust it, or even change it entirely. The data view is also an important...
Okay. Jeez. That's it, everybody's caught up. Well, Alonso's caught up, I should say.
Safety car will be in this lap. Confirm.
Yes.
Yeah, we could put you on that, okay.
And we think you can reduce lift and coast.
Okay.
Means that you can...
Reduce the lift and co.
Copy.
Wow. Alonso will make short meal of our cars. And
You're doing a good job.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, in essence, until you get some upgrades going on your car and you're fighting with other cars, you're pretty much in a position where it's just skip, basically, like this. And we can see from here
Looks like there's been a lockup.
Guan Yu.
DRS is enabled.
So Guan Yu is now behind us, or behind Alonso. There he is. He'll soon catch up. And during the DRS train, Alonso will get past. One's
And there's
outside
an overtake from
Orbit.
Williams.
You both answered them. Your tyres are looking fine. You've got a longer stint on these tyres.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved
Okay.
up a place.
Our driver has just entered the pit window. The pit window encompasses the laps that cover the planned pit stops in your strategy. This means it's nearly time to call the planned pit stop. Unless you think there's a reason to pit immediately, I always recommend sticking to the strategy and pitting on the optimal lap.
That's great job, great job.
Dude, you're meant to be on them. Right. Go on then. Schumacher's taking Latifi now.
Push hard. Happy to push hard.
Copy.
Schumacher's having fun out there. We're missing it. Although he's going to lose that place very soon. He's pitting anyway, so... He'll get DRS after the next corner. And I expect Latifi to go flying on by. And he's not. Okay. Happy to stay in DRS.
Nice work.
One fighting with Stroll. He was already ahead of Stroll, just Stroll had done a move on him. And again, Latifi doesn't go for the pass. And again, but here comes Vettel. On the inside, maybe? Yep, on both of them. And now it got very tight. And Schumacher lost out big time. I don't get how they all got DRS there. Really don't. But we ain't gonna sit here watching it like that. We're going to actually start skipping the time. Because we've been going nearly an hour and we're like 14 laps into the race. So,
Right.
yeah.
Let's talk tyres. Ultimately,
let's
it's
not.
your decision. Once you've
Yeah.
decided which tyre to...
Sticking to the plan, remember? We can see our strategy over there. We said that we go with hards.
So
We're
box,
going with
box.
hards.
Copy. Box is up.
Nice. Got past Vettel, maybe. Yep. You can
And a new position,
push
just
your...
gained by Williams.
We look at reducing the lift and co.
Copy.
There we go. So one, you pitted with us. Okay. That was interesting. Yeah, you can carry on pushing that fuel. You could actually push your tyres a bit more. You want to push you a little bit more?
Looks like Aston Martin have just gained a race position.
Right, Vettel. There's nice knowing you, by the way. Your teammates beating you currently. Back into 16 times. Wow, you've got a lot of fuel now. Okay, push. Yeah, so we've got your pit windows now come up. But we're going to just hold out. Come up after we crosses the line this time. There it is. And we said hard for you as well.
Boxing this lap, box.
Yes, the key box.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Nice. That actually works out well for him because it means they came back out behind cars that are lapping. Didn't they? No, we did not. They're there. Okay. Never mind. I take that back. You can't push there anymore. You can carry on pushing yours, interestingly. Oh, you're within DRS range of Latifi, that's why. So, yeah.
Was that a lock-up on the track?
Stroll is causing a DRS train.
VSC.
Copy.
No, they've already pitted.
Who's that just crashed? Let's take a look at the
Multiple
replay.
cars was
Okay,
involved on
here's the
this one. Oh,
Ferrari.
wow. Which one? Was it the Red Bull into the Ferrari or the two Ferraris?
And that's a big smash. They'll have felt that.
See what I mean by the AI. The animations for them, they can be interesting. You should be conserving fuel
We
at
want
this point.
lift co, please.
Copy.
Yep, you'll be. Good. You can go back to that. Go.
VSC ending, VSC ending, VSC ending.
Yeah, you were a bit late on Vettel pitted. We didn't.
Pushing on, pushing on.
Copy.
You would have DRS.
Go back to that strategy.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Albon
Is
overtakes
that a lockup?
Vettel with a lockup. Putting Vettel outside of the RS range for a little bit. We'll catch back up at some point. It's the time where it's going. Mick Schumacher should be pitting soon. But we're going to actually...
Locked up.
Yeah, of course he did. Medium. Yeah.
And box.
Copy, box.
Yep. That's fine.
We've just had a spin. We can take a look now. Okay,
Leclerc.
here's the Ferrari. And yes, that's where they spin out.
Oh dear.
And that's the lockup. Let's have a look.
Mick
Now we
Schumacher.
see the Williams here. And there's the lockup. It almost got away from them entirely.
How much damage did that do to them tires? We don't know yet. Okay.
Sounds like someone's locked up.
Scroll locked up now. Oh. Hit now. And you go on to soft tires.
Okay, we'll box this lap.
Okay, box.
Albon comes out ahead of Vettel. What? Oh, what? Albon spun.
Someone spun out.
Okay. Interesting. You're still pushing. You'll go on then, Mick.
Reduce the lift and co.
Copy.
Whoa. Schumacher just clipped the back of.
Someone's run wide. Here's the replay. Now we see the Williams here.
Clipped the back of Vettel.
And there's the hit. And it's crystal clear who was in the wrong there.
Yeah, the wing is damaged.
Yeah, copy.
We'll ignore it for now. How bad is our wing? Minor damage. Yeah, we can cope with it. It'll be fine. Time penalty for Schumacher.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
So, all in all, welcome to Formula One Manager. Basically, skip fest for quite a while. But it's still an enjoyable game. Some little things that they need to iron out. But isn't it the same with all games that get released?
And a new position just gained by Williams. Seems to have been a lock-up.
Verstappen. The Sainz is going to win this one easily.
Looks like there's been a lock-up.
Alonso locked up now.
I think someone's run wide. And Sainz crosses the line first. He's taken the win.
Those tyres definitely don't look too good for him. We'll have to deploy.
Full deploy.
Yes.
We beat both of the Aston Martins today. I didn't think that we'd finish above 19th and 20th. I honestly thought we'd be back there. We will be most of the season now until we get some upgrade straps on these cars. That'll be a while though. But
An okay performance for Alex Albon today. This was a mixed performance from Williams today. Some excellent decisions and then some strategies that will need a bit of work.
There will definitely be some lessons to learn for them, but this was solid work.
With the race wrapped up,
just go. We're done. I'd say the game's crashed. I think the game's crashed. Oh no, just taking forever. So we can look at the constructors. Ferrari only 3 points clear of Red Bull. Mercedes, a really bad day in the office for them. Williams are where they are expected to finish at the moment, 9. But that could change.
The team's drivers gain experience over each race weekend, depending on their performance. With enough experience, your drivers will be able to improve their skills.
We didn't get any bonus points. Got 3.6 million in the bank now though. That'll come in handy.
That was a great opening weekend for our team. The board and our sponsors are pleased, and we've earned some extra money for our performance. You can see their response in more detail from the board menu. Take a look at what you can be doing before the next race weekend gets here. Our time is precious, and these moments between races are a good point to develop our team further. You should have an email from the engineering team over in the warehouse. Check it out. It might be something interesting.
Well, it's confidence, they're happy. They're well medium and they're happy. 9th or above because we're currently on target for it because we're kind of just sitting there.
Ah, it looks like the engineering team have just finished manufacturing a car part. It's a suspension system, one the team designed earlier. Improving our cars is a constant process. The other teams won't be taking it easy, and having a cutting-edge car is vital if we want to stay competitive against our rivals. New car parts are initially designed by the team. They can then be manufactured and installed on either car. This suspension has already been manufactured, so we just need to install it. To do this, head over to the car warehouse.
What?
From the cars area, you can manage everything relating to the cars and their build, from car analysis to car parts to new development projects.
Yeah, got that.
Uninstalled car parts are stored in the warehouse, including our newly manufactured suspension. We might be able to use it to improve one of our current car setups. Here at the warehouse, you can find all the car parts that make up an F1 car. We can develop aerodynamic car parts in-house during the season. You're here for the new suspension. Right, all the available suspension designs are here to look through. Notice how both cars currently have the same suspension design installed. Check the new design at the top of the list. As each car can only have one suspension fitted, you'll want to check the stats of the new design to see if it's worth replacing the old one. Take the time here to compare the two designs. You may also want to pay attention to the stats that are crucial for the next race, and see which suspension is more suitable for that circuit. Looks like this new design only has positive impacts on the car. That's great news. We only have one copy of this suspension at the moment, so you need to decide which car to install it on. Select the new suspension design and get it installed. Great work. That's the new suspension fitted. If you want to have more copies of this design manufactured, you can do so from here. Just remember those F1 mandated spending caps, the official limit on how much we can spend on car development and improvement each season. If you don't want the team to manufacture anything right now, we should probably head back.
I want them to manufacture 5 of them. $111,000 left.
That's it. You've installed the new suspension, and the new design project you kicked off before the race weekend is still in progress. You're pretty much ready to handle things yourself now. Our staff and facilities have a significant impact on the team's performance. When you get a chance, you should check these areas out on your own. If you ever find yourself needing any further information, don't forget you can use the help function for guidance. Okay, I need to head back over to Aerodynamics. I'll be in touch again now and then, and I'm looking forward to the team thriving with you at the helm.
Piece of advice for you. If you work in aerodynamics, maybe you should stitch your mouth shut, because that would definitely improve aerodynamic efficiency. So 49 days, 18 days, and then these will be ready. And there suspension is 4 days away. I'm going to go back to here. Race simulator got upgraded. 2.8 million, we could upgrade it again if we wanted, which would give us another 20% weekly experience gain. Go with wind turbine, wind tunnel even. Does increase the monthly upkeep though. But now, we'll just move on. An extra 10,000. We're making 12,000 profit now. it'll drop to 10,000 if we do the upgrade. Why would we want to do the upgrade then? We'd lose 2,000 for doing the upgrade. No. Right, I'm not going to do this race obviously on here anyway. So I'm going to go. That's it, done. I'm going to go and get my head down. It's 12:30 at night, and I've got a busy day tomorrow. But hopefully, this gave you some kind of insight into F1 Manager, and if it's a game that you want to consider playing. Obviously, you can get it from Steam or CD key website like cdkeys.com and or .co.uk, whatever it is, CD Keys UK. I don't know, whatever the site's called. There's plenty of options out there. If you do get it, hopefully you enjoy it, and